There we go. That's funny. So I started doing this video, and I said the reason I'm doing it out here in the driveway is I'm waiting for the FedEx driver to come with my mandolin, and the best way to ensure that that was going to happen was to stand out here and do a video, and he just came, so I have to redo it. The first part, I appreciate the comment I had on a video that I did. I was heat shaping a gull-winged Osage orange horsebow with a heat gun while I was working, while I was on duty. And the comment I received was, it's not the best way to do it because he uses coals. And he's absolutely right. The heat gun is a good tool. It is a good tool, but if you remember that video, how I was struggling to get enough heat on there and bend it, absolutely right. If I was to count the number of Osage and mulberry bows, dry heat bending bows, that I've done with a heat gun, made a lot of them, I really believe that I've only done it once with a heat gun. I usually use, although like the gentleman that made the comment, use coals. I've done that before. I usually use the top of my electric range, the range top, turn it on high, it blasts out a huge heat envelope that encompasses the back, the belly, the sides, creates enough heat, a lot more than a heat gun, it makes bending a lot easier. So yes, absolutely right. Thank you so much for not just giving me a thumbs down, but taking the time to type actually a very good explanation of how you do it. Totally agree. Please don't let me convey the message that the heat gun is your go-to tool for heat shaping Osage or mulberry. It worked perfectly, and it is a good tool for its purposes, like that American elm bow, heat treating the belly, not destroying the rawhide, simply because it doesn't put out as much heat as coals or the top of an electric range. Thank you again. Appreciate it. Design elements. Design elements. Let me start out first with my paddle bow. Yes, it does strongly resemble the Sudbury bow that was taken from a native person in Sudbury, Massachusetts, I believe in, what, the 1600s? Don't quote me on that, just Google it. And it resembles my paddle bow. I've never claimed that my paddle bow is a reproduction of anything. It, however, does bear a great resemblance to the Sudbury bow, and in my way of thinking, my thought process for creating that bow, and design-wise, you know, the stresses, the length, the draw, everything, probably followed the mind, the thinking of the individual that created the Sudbury bow. And so, yes, it does look like a Sudbury bow. Is it a Sudbury bow? No, because there's really only one Sudbury bow. Is it a reproduction? No, it's not. Although it resembles it, carries through design elements and the thinking of how to make a bow. It's not made out of hickory like the original. There are some subtle differences in proportions and stuff, but it does resemble them. It is a true paddle bow because, why? It is a bow that is shaped like a paddle. It's not a Hoopa bow, it's not a Yurok paddle bow, it's not a Yana paddle bow, it's a JR paddle bow. So it is a paddle bow. Not a reproduction, but again carries through design elements. Design elements. Hello Mike, I am picking on you. Mike from British Columbia. I am so jealous. It's got to be like the best place in the world aside from this place. Thank you for reminding me. I'm bad. You know, if I say that I'm going to do something and then like you don't hear from me, it isn't because I'm snubbing you or I don't care. It's just because I forget. A lot of things going on, believe it or not. I am the classic organized, disorganized person. And so it was great that he reminded me last evening. How's the bow coming along? It's like, oh. Well, at first, Mike the man from British Columbia, beautiful place, wanted me to do a Thunderbird design PB. JRPB. And I got to thinking, he's in British Columbia. They have an amazing tradition of artwork in that place. So it's like, Mike, what do you think about Pacific Northwest Coast Design Raven? I've got two pairs of dark rawhide, and I'm really inspired by that. Now, I am not a big proponent of just, if you're not going to sell something, if it's just for your own fun, yes. You know, definitely you can go to Google Images, you know, type something in, get some pictures, copy it, if it's for your own use. But I want to learn the theory of the design elements in that, so I can create my own either raven or spirit bear or wolf salmon. My wife said, wow, wouldn't that be cool to take the salmon and have like the head on the back of the bow, on the rawhide portion, and then have the body curl around so you see the body of the salmon on the belly, and then bring the fin back onto the back. Yeah, that's a beautiful idea. But Mike, what I'm in the process of doing right now, just like taking the Sudbury bow or a Hoopa bow, you know, or Yurok, or any of the West Coast paddle bows, in understanding the design elements, not copying per se and creating a replica, it's a different deal, but understanding the minds behind the bows and creating my own take on it. I feel it's important to understand the design elements of Pacific Northwest art, and it differs, you know, whether or not it's like a Salish or a Haida or any of the other tribes that are in there. They have subtle differences. I am now studying at the University of YouTube because there are some natives of those tribes who are teaching classes on the theory of the design elements, and so that's what I'm working on right now, so I can come up with a good design. I am excited. I'm so geeked. I'm geeked about, I have to wait now 24 hours before I unbox my mandolin because it has to acclimate, but I'm also excited about getting in to the Pacific Northwest art and learning the design elements and the theories behind it, and creating my own take on the decoration of these bows. I'm not saying, you know, I always have to have all these prefaces because, you know, I can be corrected at every step, that they decorated their bows in this way. No, it's my tribute with the greatest respect of the original people and their original artwork, you know, placing it on one of my bows, one of my JRPBs, which is beautiful canvas wide lens. And with that, I think I covered everything. I'm going to go back in, continue my studies at the University of YouTube. There are some good things. Not saying that you should overdose on watching Tucker Carlson episodes, but there is a lot of good stuff to be had out there. Thank you for watching. I hope this day finds you in good spirits and good health, and do something fun. Go do something fun. Learn something new. Try something new. There's a whole world of great stuff out there. And there goes the FedEx man. I'm going to wave at him. Good guy. See you later, everyone.